Pedal! Pedal for sale! We're selling a... Hey buddy, you want a pedal?
No thanks. I only play Behringer.
Hi, Aaron from the Snorts, Jordan Poison Noises, Ian, Billy, and then Ryan, there he is, drummer, bass player, guitar player, right there. We want to talk to you today about the diSNORTer, right here.
Oh, no. You can't be doing that.
Oh.
That is off limits.
Okay, so, like we said before, this control right here is our range master control. Finding a nice happy medium between these two knobs will enable you to get a couple of different kinds of gain staging. So,
Rock and roll here, let's see what
Hey. No.
How many times do you keep teaching you this lesson, old man?
What's up? You want to play your bass?
Yeah, I wanna try this thing out with that.
With
Show you how
with
to-
this?
Yeah.
Can we make that happen?
I think we can make that happen. But I think that might be where that lives. And it can be grosser. Turn the gain down. It's a little more of that treble booster push.
Yeah.
Something around there.
Yeah.
That's how I'd go after it.
Yeah. I like that.
It's funny, most of the EQ kind of like up the middle, but less of the snort, more of the gain. I think that's kind of the way to do it. Kind of point them at each other,
Yeah.
With a band called The Snorts. This pedal is absolutely disgusting gross.
I'm gonna say this is probably the first cool collab project I've done, especially with ones in the 518, where it really is, let's say, not for the faint of heart. And I was really just able to kind of open this up and just kind of go balls to the walls with it. It's like a Laney supergroup topology, which is weird to think about an amp topology inside of a pedal.
Okay.
Where all the tubes are replaced with transistors instead, and additionally has a silicone range master circuit in the front of it, which
Okay.
is completely controllable. So that's the elevator pitch for this pedal.
Absolutely disgusting gross.
This is definitely the right word for this thing, dude. Like I said, this is not your dad's pedal, that's the way I would put this one. It is, it's got a lot of gain behind it, and there's a couple of different ways to approach it. I was really excited about this one because usually when I'm making stuff, like, there's a lot of things I take into consideration in terms of like palatability, you know what I mean? For you gotta get everything from the church players all the way to like the crappy noisy garage punks, you know what I mean? I think everything about this just screams on the farther end of that, you know what I mean? Which made me excited, and I don't mean, and just not just aesthetically, but also like in the way that the circuit is actually approached also, and that was really exciting for me. So yeah, gross, gnarly, I think those are probably the right descriptors.
We'll take it for sure.
This pedal is absolutely disgusting gross.
Not to get too technical. You're talking about transistors, you're talking about tubes. Someone out there who may be buying their first pedal, why does somebody give a crap about that?
Yeah. So, so when you think about transistors were originally designed to be a replacement for tubes. Tubes were expensive, they're big, they're not really manufactured much in the United States anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Transistors have been around for decades and decades, but essentially what they were a smaller footprint, easier to build with tube. That was kind of the idea. So when you look at, big stacks like the Laney Supergroup and all the early famous ones that everyone wants when they want to sound like their favorite classic rock bands, those are all tube amplifiers. So to take that part of the circuit and replace it with a transistor not only allows us to fit it inside of a pedal, but it gets rid of a couple of things they're a little less noisy in my experience usually. I mean, depending on the transistor you use.
Yep.
And also you don't have to replace them. That's another big part of it. They don't blow, they don't break or anything like that. So then it's a matter of finding what is the right transistor to kind of give you that same breakup quality. And by that I mean the way it distorts when you put a lot of voltage and power and signal into it, and try to find something that kind of matches those. So for these, I believe the majority of them are 2N5457s for anybody that cares? You know what I mean? Like that's what's in there, which is like a JFET transistor. And there's a lot of them in there. So much so that, you know, for people that know the big nerd words here, people are usually looking for the words like diodes when it comes to clipping and stuff like that. You know, like germanium diodes are like the, you know, that's the hot ticket word in this. But what's interesting about this pedal is there actually aren't any clipping diodes in it whatsoever. It is straight amp topology. So with clipping diodes, you're taking the signal, you're rounding off part of that wave to create distortion, and then you're boosting it again. So you're making it suck and then making it louder. That's like ultimately like that's what you're doing with ESCO. But this is just so many gain stages in a row, so many different transistors and stages in a row that it kind of distorts more naturally, like a tube amp does. So that's kind of the way it works.
Pedal. We got a pedal here. It's a pedal. It's a snorter. It's a pedal. It's pretty good. We like it. Man, pedal. Man. Oh. Rude. Volume, gain, snort, bass, mids, and treble. So talk to us about the makeup there.
Yeah. So the first, let's talk about the top row first. We'll go left to right. So volume is just a passive volume circuit. So it's just like the volume that'd be like in your guitar, or really any guitar whatsoever. Just rolls off signal to ground. You know, it'll open up pretty loud. There's a lot. There's a lot of power behind this pedal. So then you have the gain stage, which works almost identically to the way the gain control would work on a supergroup. Almost exactly. To the way it would be, with a couple little tweaks just to kind of make the taper work a little better. I think it glides a little bit better from you know, softest to most overdriven on this pedal specifically. Snort, that's that range master control we were talking about. So a range master, essentially what that is it's a treble booster. So it's again just it's a single gain stage, usually sometimes two, that pushes certain frequencies in the pedal harder than others to kind of create that perceived loudness distortion sound. And that's what that control does, is it actually controls the gain of that. So you can turn it all the way down. It's still going to pass through that transistor, but it's not going to have that same effect that we were just talking about, where it just kind of pushes those. I think it's funny you call it a treble booster. I think of it more like a high mids push. It's actually like in terms of like the frequencies it's actually driving.
It does get pretty gnarly. So if we want to, like, I'll just hit like a chord and we'll do. Should we do the bottom row at noon and then?
Yeah, that's probably the right way to approach it.
I'll let you kind of mess with it here. Sure.
But first, here's my clean tone.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. First, here's our clean tone. Yeah, how's that?
Clean. Considering the combo, it's pretty clean.
We are rocking a 80-30 back here. So, all right. So let's go with the top row here. So go ahead and just mess with that.
Sounds like we got volume pretty much at that unity spot right there. So that's, I mean, you can, you know, like I said, it's pretty smooth, but it also, there's a lot more on tap than what we're using right now. So we'll start with that. Let's turn that gain control all the way down first. And then here, like on a Laney, when you start to turn it down, you lose a lot of that volume, and you gotta make up for it. But push it. A lot smoother. It moves a lot smoother than the other one does. Here, give me a big open chord first.
Big open chord?
Yeah. Much smoother.
Pedal for sale. Doing a pedal. Sir, would you like to buy a pedal?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'll take one.
Oh, great. Awesome. Sweet. Here you go, man.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
I'll look out for the Venmo. Thanks.
Cool, thanks.
Cool. Awesome. Hey.
Oh, yeah, by the way, what's the return policy on this?
Oh.